What's up, y'all? I got a game for you tonight. It's been a while. Hello, I hope all you're enjoying the new year. Um, I haven't really been partying or anything. Just kind of in a daze because we're getting older and the years are flying by. So let's dial it back to the year 2000. I'm playing an international master, a 5 minute game on ICC. This kid's name, Montenegrobanka. Somewhere over there in the Adriatic, this guy is trying to hurt my feelings. And I have to recommend that trip or anywhere over there is fantastic. I took a cruise from Venice down to Corfu. I highly recommend that cruise. And you need to check it out. I want to go play some chess over there. I never played. I played in Greece, but I never went over to Croatia or Serbia or any of those places to play. But we got a nice game in against our friend here from Montenegro. And check it out. We have a Queen's Gambit decline. I love playing the white side of this. I think it's very clear and pleasant. Get some space, get a solid position. And here's my own little recipe. I don't know if it's any good, but it gives your opponent something to think about right out of the gate. And that is this move. So you know that they love to play c5 and these things for the counterplay, right? You just put the rook on the queen and make them think for one moment about going for it. It's probably okay to do it, but goes here and then develops bishop d3, c5, castles, c4, and bishop f5. This is already resembling some old Kasparov game I saw 1,000 years ago where the rook was on c8. And if the rook's on c8, this is just horrible because the pin is real. Knight e5 will be coming and work on the pin and threatening some bishop f6s, and then it's already busto. But okay, the gentleman knows what he's doing. Knight e5. Now you understand this rook d1 business, right? The open and things start to get a little hairy. So we stop this from we don't want him to kick our knight away and get some knight e4s and take knight e4 and he starts to trade everything maybe, or yeah, I'm not sure about that. But it is nice to keep our knight secure. I'm not sure about all the tactics there, but okay, we're moving away. I'm thinking if we're clumping all the pieces on the king side, it's got to be beautiful. We get some f4, maybe we get some g4, maybe we get just straight queen f3 with knight e2, knight f4. Like every piece in the world is diving over on the other side of the board. And, that's good mathematics. If this bishop on b7 is, just kind of trapped behind the d pawn, it has a hard time going back to c8 to challenge the f5 because the knight c6 jumps in, stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure of the details, but you see that white does have this interesting cluster. He wants to trade. We don't want to trade. Keep the pieces on. This is a nice thing, but we're going to keep this bishop, and we're going to make a small threat. Does everyone see that? So that's a small threat trying to come down. F5 stops the threat, primitive. We jump in, and now we're already maybe threatening stuff, just to wherever he moves the rook. Like we're going to take on e7 and then take on d6 and maybe take on b5, and that seems to be free stuff if we can get it in. But he's not allowing that. So this is very clever counterplay, to remove the knight, and maybe then he gets to play his knight e4s and get some counterplay. So we eat, and he takes back a good expansion. Actually, not to take on c3. I would just jump back. Yeah, he couldn't do that. I would just jump back. It would be too much. So knight e2. G6 holding this forever, so I don't get any bishop D6s and queen F5s. But this is a nice move. Enter the position, and now the knight can jolly, stroll up the board into F4 and, start attacking all these squares. Bishop C6. He wants to try to get his material back. I don't think that's very important. You got to see that how much Swiss cheese is going to be available if he doesn't have a light square bishop. Just think about that. So we're coming in. He doesn't want to deal with it. And we move out of the man's way. And perhaps I'm threatening some G4s here. Some G4s would be very pleasant. I mean, if I get G4 with King H1, Rook G1, look at that. Look at all these. Look at all those weaknesses. So he doesn't want any of that. But we're coming in. And knight E4, knight G3. So BA. And he can take on A3. I think if he takes on A3, like I do a knight E4 or something with an F3. And then break down the center. And that would be very, very bad. The bishops will open up and the king is going to get roasted. It feels like pretty roasted. So he comes in. This is pretty like normal move, but I mean, I'm really not worried. I want to give back this rook, believe it or not, because this is pretty sneaky. I mean, I have these knight F5s with knight H6s coming, right? So he eats, and we come with the tempo, and he defends, of course. And this was sneaky. Now, why is bishop A4 not really a big deal? It's not that big of a deal, But you got to give this man credit. I mean, he's fighting hard. But bishop A4, I do have queen B2. And the point is, if he eats the rook, queen B6 is just a nightmare. Because there's knight H6 queen H6, and then he's got to defend queen H8 mate. Difficult to move away. Where to go? The queen slides away. You'll see what's happening. He should go maybe knight D7. Maybe knight D7 is a better move than taking the rook. But it still should be pretty good for me. Knight D7. Now most humans would just immediately be drawn to queen B7, right? Because if he eats my rook, I take his rook, and if he takes the bishop on E5, I have knight takes H6 and to eat the queen on F7 because the bishop on F8 will be pinned, right? But I think on knight D7, queen B7, there's rook E8. Very sexy move. And it sort of kind of takes away all the sting. But on knight D7, the real hot move is F4, rook F1, with the idea to play F4. F4, G4, queen E2, H5, H3, and break down the king side by any means necessary. I think that position will be very good for me. Let's get into this. Let's have some fun here, because okay, what he did, I'll show the game. Oh wait, no, this is what he did was he went here, and then what the hell did he do? Now he's in big trouble. Right? Maybe let's just say this happens. Maybe he should do this. Maybe you have to do this. But I guess I'll eat this guy. This must be gone already. Right? You must eat this and here. And now maybe he has to eat this. Maybe he's getting away. Not the end of the world, huh? I'm just curious. No, it's still just toast. It's still just toast. Queen g7, bishop a4, queen g5. Yeah, I suppose I guess I am up some material here. I didn't even count. What is the count here? 6-4. 6-4 and an open king. All right, so that doesn't even work. Well, that's a shame. I wanted to see this position. Let's go for not gobbling the rook. Let's go for knight d7, which makes the most sense. Now, queen b7, there is rook e8. And rook f1. This is a really hot move. Rook a6. And f4, the human shot. Now, I don't know any human being that wouldn't go g4. You see this rook opening, you got to close the door. You got to close the door. Rook b6, that's not happening. I don't see that having any effect on the game. Although rook b6 is kind of a human move too. Gf4? Nah, I think every human... Here, second line, g4. I think that is the most human move. And then I think I want to do this. Even though it's not in the... And then h5 and now h3. Can I go h3, please? Ah. Let's go. Let's go. Rook b6. Queen e1. That wouldn't be in my recipe book. Most people would probably just do this. Yeah. Now it's a huge position. It's complete. Now it's gone. So you see, I think this was a pretty elegant game with lots of knickknacks and positional ideas, sacrificing one thing for the other, lots of imbalances. You know, he got the space, he got the compensation. I went for some threats. We opened the light squares. He tried to fight back, but where did he go wrong, actually? I would say he's doing okay here. Queen f7, grid move. Queen e2, first line. g5. Knight h5, first line. This one was where he went wrong. Knight e4. This was the boo-boo. g4. g4 I should go for. Let's see another line. Knight g3, third line. To me, this makes the most sense. To break down the diagonal, to go after the f5, and to try to maybe do some... I'm not sure if I can get away with knight takes f5 and f3. Maybe that seems to be okay. But it is human to play this move. ba, knight c3, queen f3. I don't know, queen c2, best. And now he has to come back. Knight f5. This is all beautiful. Bishop f8. It wants knight g7. Oh, Lord have mercy. Knight g7 I overlooked. Knight g7 is game over. And queen d1 is better than rook d1. So we went rook d1, bishop a4, and queen b2, first line. And knight d7 he missed. Once he took this, it was gone, right? Yeah. Queen b6. And now rook e8 he must find. And he did not find rook e8. He did something else. I forget exactly what happened, but well, let's just say he did this, right? And when we got this one in, and we took this one, and he went queen d7, and we got in the net. And now there's no stopping queen h8. Pretty nice. I really enjoy this game. Strong player, Montenegrobanka. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night, people.